everybody, and welcome back to Emily's Upcycled Home. I'm Emily, and I'm glad you're able to join me today for our project. And in the process of trying to declutter my mess in my garage, I found two pieces that we are going to work with today. I don't really have a plan with them, so you're just going to work with me as I go. And this is one piece, and it's just like this back of a chair part. I have this wood piece here, and it's a piece of a chair part, and we're going to go ahead and continue on with our little chair part series, and let's see how many items we can get out of these chairs. I'm going to go ahead and sand this piece, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is sanded, and I'm going to wipe this down off camera. But I think I'm kind of seeing this as a sconce, and I don't know, I'm thinking like roses, rustic, a ledge here, white, but we'll see where we go. So I have this 4x4 block of wood that I'm going to be using, and I'm just going to cut maybe an inch thick on my miter saw to make the ledge. Okay, so here's our piece. It's about an inch wide or an inch thick, and it has all these little imperfections in it. I might chop that, I don't know, let's see what happens when we sand it. Okay, so here's our piece sanded, and I think I'm going to put it about here and leave all the imperfections on there. I'm going to take my glue here. This is just wood glue in a jar, and I think I have to get a new one because I left the lid off. And I'm just going to put glue on the side we're going to attach to the wood about here. Okay, so I have this position where I want, and I'm just going to flip it over like this, and then I'm going to put the nails in. So there it is. And I'm probably going to put a little triangle here just to support it for whatever you guys put on, or whoever buys this puts on the top. I just found a piece of scrap wood in my wood pile, and I just cut it at a 40-degree angle to get my triangle. And that's going to be attached here. Okay, so I'm going to just try to find the center here. So I think that's a good placement. And then I'm going to go in with my brad nail at an angle. I'm going to go ahead and change 3 inches out, and I'm going to put in the 1 inch to get up here. Okay. And then I'm going to put one down here. And then wipe your excess. So here is our beginning part. We have our little shelf. There could be a candle there, whatever you want. Now we're going to go in with our molds. I don't even use the whole rose. I make different sizes with this rose here. And this is a redesign by Prima Transfer. I got the redesign by Prima Transfers on Etsy. I also got these cool little kind of label tags. That might work also. But, and then I got this bunny mold. And obviously it's not open because I wasn't able to use it, but it has all these cute little filigree right here. So maybe that will work. So I think I'm gonna use these here. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray, and I use this baking flour spray because I don't have any cornstarch. You could possibly use flour, but you know, that's inside and it's too far. Right now it's just too far. So I'm just gonna spray that on there, and then I'm just gonna kind of wipe off all the excess. Now I didn't get to use the bunnies, but this probably would have looked cute with just a cute little bunny on it. But Easter is kind of over. I don't know, do people like bunnies year round? I'm using paper clay, and this is the brand that I get, and I get this from Amazon. It seems to be the cheapest place to buy it. And I forgot to put a wet towel in here. So if you put a wet towel into your clay, it'll help keep the moisture. Okay, this one's kind of dry, so it's probably just gonna go in the trash. I'll roll into my little snake here. And we'll see. I might not even like this. But I think if I incorporate these leaves with the roses that I wanted, I think that'll look nice. Let me just keep going here. I think these pieces are all separate. It's not one piece all together. Usually I like to paint at least one layer onto my piece before I add my molds to see where I'm gonna go with it, but I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. Then I think I'm gonna go in with those. So far, it kind of does a trail, and I don't want to go all the way down because if you put a candle here, I don't want it to block all the mold that we're doing. And I'm just gonna push these up, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue these pieces, and then we'll see where we're at with that. And because this is wood, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my wood glue and just kind of use my paintbrush and paint it on like if it's paint. That looks great. We're gonna let all this dry, and then we're gonna paint it. Now, do you guys like red? Is red your guys' color? I don't really work with red too much, but I thought about if you guys like red and if that's something that you guys, a color you guys would like to see me work with. Okay, so there we have it. We're gonna set this aside and we're gonna let this dry thoroughly, and then we'll come in and we'll paint. And most likely it's gonna get this metallic paint first, and then it's gonna get white on top, and then distress that. So for this part of the piece, like I said, I did spray paint it with the metallic spray paint, and now I'm just going over with the DIY paint in the color beadboard, and it's gonna get all a coat of white. Okay, moving on to this piece. I totally missed to paint the top, so I'm gonna do that. So while the top dries, I'll go ahead and wet distress this piece, going around this little wet part. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with my rag, put it on a little bit of water, and go in and wet distress our molds. So here I'm just gonna lightly brush on some antique wax, getting onto the raised parts and of course the edges. And here's our finished piece. Like other projects, I'm gonna go ahead and go over with Rust-Oleum top coat, and I'll see you guys in staging. Thanks for watching.